when I tap ass. I chill Knoxville, you a jackass. And my money stacked to the sun, call it shack cash. All you do is rap fast. Better get my dope, dog. I'm something like a car without gas.
Yo, it's your boy Project Pat. You know, I'm here with the beautiful, what's your name?
Ashanta.
I'm here with a beautiful Ashante or Ashanta?
Ashanta.
Ashante, okay.
Yes.
We're here with the beautiful Ashanta. Ashante, I keep saying Ashante. See?
Yeah, Ashanta.
I'm here with the beautiful Ashante.
Yes, thank you.
She's here. She's actually one of my entrepreneurs because, as you know, every Thursday, you know, I do either Laugh at Pat or Pat TV. So today, I chose to do Pat TV. You know, she reached out. We actually had a conversation at the Vision venue.
Yeah.
After last week we had Brittany. So I said I wanted to get up here and I wanted her to really share her story with you guys because it's actually an interesting one. So tell everybody who you are.
So my name is Ashanta Smith, and I am the proud owner of Espejo Mirrors.
And what does Espejo mean?
So Espejo means mirrors in Spanish. So the name of my business is really Mirror. So my father is Puerto Rican. So that's where I got the first part, which is Espejo. And then my mother, of course, is African American. So Mirror. So it stands for Mirror.
Okay, so you mentioned your father was Spanish, right?
He is Spanish. He still is Spanish.
So
yes.
Express to us your background. Like give us a little bit of detail about your background, like how you grew up, you know, all that good stuff.
Cool. So I grew up in North Philly. Familiar with North Philly? 13th and Lehigh.
Absolutely.
Yes,
stand up.
Yes, that's where I'm from. Born and raised.
I don't mess with North Philly. I got robbed out there.
Really? Oh my God. I know. People got their stories about North Philly, but when I grew up, North Philly wasn't what it is now. Like I actually felt safe around there. Like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, I could walk anywhere. Like I was born and raised there, so I don't have that type of stories when it comes to North Philly. I absolutely love North Philly. So yeah, so like I said, born and raised there, 13th and Lehigh. My father was he was from Puerto Rico, of course, and then he came here to America when he was about 19, and then he met my mom. And then from there, of course I was born from there, and then I went to the elementary school district. I went to my high school was William Penn High School, and then just came from there.
Interesting. So you said you grew up in Puerto Rico, right?
No, my father.
Oh, your father grew up. He's from Puerto Rico. Okay.
Yeah. But he came here when he was 19.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I said I ain't want to put that on camera. I didn't want to be in the immigration situation.
And for the record, I know no Spanish at all whatsoever. So please don't come to me and try to speak Spanish because I will look at you like I don't know. Yeah.
And that's interesting because by looking at you, I wouldn't see a Spanish descent in you. Like
exactly.
You wouldn't see that. So that's actually beautiful, and that's why I like. So I have conversations with some of my people about like their. What am I looking for? Their hatred for colors. Like, you know how we have she's light skinned or she, like everybody's beautiful. Like there's people that's as dark as you in Puerto Rico. So thank you for giving that.
Yeah, and I'm really proud of that. Just as well as I'm proud of being African American, I'm also proud to have Puerto Rican in me. Like, because I can see that with my style and everything, with Espejo Mirrors, a lot of it people say reminds them of someone who would do it that's Puerto Rican. So I'm definitely extremely proud of both sides of my family.
So do you practice the culture? Like, do you can you make dishes and stuff?
I do.
Us brothers like to eat.
Yes. So I do know how to cook some Puerto Rican, not a lot, but I do at home, and I love the music, and then I also I practice salsa too. I love salsa. So I believe Puerto Rican women are extremely. I cannot do the machacha. I probably can, but no, but
I can't move my feet like that.
I can't. I can't. It's like the same, the 6 steps for me. That's it, and moving my hips. But I'm extremely proud of that part of me. Yeah. All
right. With that being said, I'm looking at this table next to you. I'm looking at this table. It's actually beautiful. I actually met that one lady in the middle. That shit beautiful, mother. I actually met her.
Oh, my mom.
Yes.
Yeah. So this one is So
I'm looking at all your nice designs and your mirrors, And you know what word comes to my mind? Affirmation, right?
Yes.
That word comes to my mind right now. I'm like, that's the biggest word I'm thinking right now. I couldn't really think of a word, but I think affirmation because when you think affirmation, what do you think of when you think of that word?
So when I think of affirmations, I think of speaking life into myself.
Okay.
When I think of affirmations, yeah. And I think that they are extremely important. Yeah, I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for affirmations. And building yourself up, building your own self-esteem. Yeah.
Okay. So back to my spill. So
yes.
Okay. So with that word affirmation, I see the mirrors. Like when we look at mirrors, like that's like a self-reflection. That's like an affirmation of self, right? Mm-hmm. So I read a little about you. You know, I play stupid. I play clueless.
Okay.
But I read a little about you. I noticed that in your reading, in your bio that I read, you know, you and I were kind of similar. We both kind of struggle with low self-esteem. Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. So my business, I like to say, started out with pain. And the pain of having self-doubt in myself, like not believing in myself, calling myself dumb and stupid for years and years and years. And honestly, I don't even remember when it started. I just know when I said enough is enough. I remember that point where it was like, okay. And I think that was maybe like at 23. But from whatever young age that it started me like not believing in myself again. It started me calling myself dumb. And this is stuff that I was playing over and over and over in my head. To the point where I just was like, you know what, at 23, I read this amazing book, guys, called The Secret. And it talks about thoughts, like your thoughts and how your world is because of the thoughts that you've been saying in your head over and over again. So I wanted to change that. So I started doing affirmations. And my first affirmation was, you are enough. And I said that.
Which did you have that on your shirt?
I have this on my shirt.
What did you have on your shirt? I'm going to zoom in for it.
Yes. So I have you are enough, and when I first started saying that to myself, I didn't believe it. It was something that I had to constantly keep on reminding myself over and over and over again. You are enough, because the thoughts in my head every time I said, and then I would go in the mirror and look at myself and say you are enough, and my brain would say no, you're not, because you don't know how to spell this, or no, you're not because your grammar is this way, or no, you're not because you have 2 kids and 2 different baby fathers. It was like so many things that was telling me that I wasn't enough, and I had to like constantly, like I said, keep on telling myself I am. So it evolved, and now I'm here. Yeah.
Well, it's funny you say that because I do affirmations to myself too. Like I look in the mirror and say I'm chocolate and handsome every day.
I know that's right.
I look right in the mirror and say, like, even when I talk to women, like I walk to them, I say, I know you see all this chocolate dripping all over this concrete. But they think it's like me being like they think it's me being like arrogant or cocky, but it's like it's an internal way to make me feel good about myself.
Exactly. And
because before, like I never knew how to express myself. I never knew, because when I was a kid, you know, that's why I say to come and go back to the colors. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna throw my cousin under the bus under this. So when we were kids. Yeah. This fool, you see, he used to talk to all the girls. I was real shy. I didn't really start talking to girls until I was like 12, 13. Mm-hmm. But anyway, girls would like me, right? But he wouldn't tell me. So if nobody ever comes to you and tells you like, oh, your hair looks nice, like you think you look shitty, right? Mm-hmm. Excuse my French. You think you look shitty, like it's horrible because nobody ever compliments you. But one day, a woman came up to me and said, "Yeah, I've been trying to get at you forever." You know, and I was like, damn, like that's why I brought up the word affirmation, because it's mighty funny how people how you gotta build yourself up and others tear you down. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Yeah,
you do. And to piggyback on that, with Espejo Mirrors, I feel like that if you tell yourself, so I tell myself what I want the world to tell me. Mm-hmm. So if like I get so many, and not like I get so many people saying I'm beautiful and I'm sexy and I'm smart, only because I tell myself this now. Before I wasn't getting any of this.
We can see your aura. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. When we approach you, you have your nice Espejo jackets on.
Thank you. Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Yes, that's
you have your nice Espejo jackets on. Mm-hmm. So you kind of exude confidence.
Yes.
Like when you're coming through the room, you exude confidence. That's why it's kind of mind blowing that you face the same struggles I'm facing with. Because, like I said, a lot of people, like light skinned people especially, you guys are overly confident.
Yeah.
You know, you comb your hair for no reason.
And you know, it's funny. I remember this guy one time. He told me that, and this was at the time where I was in a low place. He said the prettiest girls have the lowest self-esteem.
That's a fact.
And this is what he told me, and I didn't understand it at that time, but now I get it. It's like, oh yeah, like he saw something in me that I didn't see at that time, but now I like now I get it, of course.
And that's why it's imperative that, you know, for all the ladies that's listening to this,
yes.
It's imperative that every day you walk out the house, you make sure that you look your best. I don't care if you're going to the corner store. You don't go out the house in those SpongeBob slippers or no pajamas. Yes. You come out there, make sure your hair's done, because what you may not see in yourself, somebody else may not see it. Somebody else may see in you. You're transparent. We all should be transparent.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So let me now with I want to stay on this. This is very interesting. Okay. So a mirror can do one or two things, right? Like I see you got that over there. I'm looking at it. I keep looking at myself. A mirror can do one or two things. It can make or break you. And the reason why I say break you because some people can look in the mirror and they not like themselves. They're like, yo, I'm ugly. So what do you say to your customers when they're purchasing these mirrors? Like, what is your sales pitch? Like, what is like a sales? Yeah, I had to get that. Like, so what is like? So if I'm purchasing something, I'm purchasing a mirror from you. Obviously, I'm going to see all the rhinestones and the appeal of it.
Yeah.
But how are you going to grasp my interest based upon the conversation we just had about self confidence?
Exactly.
So like, how are you going to incorporate that? Give me a little.
Yeah.
A brief.
So first of all, I absolutely love what I do. It's my baby, and I absolutely love it. So when people come over and I have fun doing it. So when people come over to my table, I'm not really like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I want to make money. We all want to make money, but I'm not really worried about selling it. What I'm really, the mission is really to let people know that they are enough. Meaning like whatever they're going through. Because I was going through not feeling smart and sometimes not feeling beautiful. Somebody else could be going through wanting to lose weight or they feel like their teeth isn't right, you know, whatever it is. And then I say, well, you know, I really make mirrors so that you can fall in love with the reflection that's looking back at you. Not because all the pretty and the glamour and all that. I mean, all that is pretty, but I really want you to love that reflection that's looking back at you. That's what's important to me. Because I just read a quote, which I probably messed it up, but you know, a confident woman, when she walks in the room, she's not thinking about, oh, I'm better than that person. So when I'm walking into a room, I'm looking at how to uplift the woman that's around me, other women that's around me. Like, because once we're all lifted, I believe, then the world will be transformed. And the only way that I can do that, the only way I can play my part is by telling my story.
So with that being said, like I'm glad you said that. I was waiting for you to fall for that trap. So a lot of women do it. Like pretty women hang out with big girls and pretty women hang out with ugly girls. So how could you make it to where you're not being perceived as that type? That was a good question.
Yeah, that I'm not being perceived as hanging out with
a big, like, so you know, like the guys, we get the stigma of like pretty girls that are perceived as pretty throughout the neighborhood or society deem them pretty. They typically hang with not other women that are as pretty as them. They typically hang with big girls or women that people call ugly, which I don't think nobody's ugly.
Yeah.
But you know, how do you separate that?
I don't think I separate. Yeah, I don't think I separate. I don't think like what you just said. Where
does that make sense?
It does make sense. But also too, it's like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So you know, just because you think that I mean, not saying you think that I'm beautiful, but I could walk into a room, somebody could think I'm pretty, but then that next person think I'm ugly. So I don't really, you get what I'm saying? I don't really think like that. I really be around people who, number one, has integrity. That's my number one thing. Has integrity and who's loyal. Like that's what I'm looking for. Because I could be sitting here all pretty as I don't know what, and then my integrity is jacked up. Or I have a nasty attitude, then what is that? And
that's my biggest thing because I feel like I actually heard something on the show where the guy said, looks means nothing. Looks is icing on the cake. That's all it is. It's icing.
That's all it is.
Because what happens with ice? What do we do with ice? We get And we lick it off, right?
Yeah.
And it evaporates. So what do you have under that layer?
Under the layer of
under your beauty, like if you know you're beautiful, like we all know you. Not saying you in general, but as people, I know I'm handsome. You're beautiful. What else do you have to offer the world?
Yeah, I believe I have my integrity to offer the world. I have my integrity. I have my realness. I have my authenticity. It's pronouncing that right. It's cool. And don't cut that part out because I want people to see.
No. Nothing gets cut out. We give it up for Pat TV.
All right, cool. I want people to see the realness. I mispronounced that word, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
I stumble too.
Yes.
It's no fake stuff.
Yes, I want people to see that. But yeah. So I'm not afraid to show now my mistakes. I'm not afraid. I want people to see that. I want people to see the realness. I want people to see the struggle. I want people to see like that's why I show all of my a lot of my failures I show on Instagram and Facebook because I want people to see that. I want people to see me celebrate 3 months of my business, 2 months of my business, 2 years, things like that. So that's what makes me different. I'm not out here saying that I'm making all this money with Espejo Mirrors. I am making good money and it is fun. And in the future, I'll make more money. But I want people to see, everything that I'm going through, the hustle, the bustle, the sadness, the tears. That's what makes me real. I'm not just out here just a pretty face, thank you, God. But I'm also showing... I mean, that's good.
No, don't try to throw that to the side. That was funny.
Thank you. You give it up. That's good, but at the same token, you get I want people to see the realness. I want people to be able to relate to me.
So, what do you deem as failure? Because you just said failure. What do you think? What is failure to you in this business life? Whatever you what is failure?
Failure to me now, right now, as I'm sitting here, is me not trying. If I do not try, if I let my fear get the best of me, that's failure. So what I mean by that is, coming over here, I had some thoughts, my God. Share them. Yes, that's what I'm doing. I had some thoughts, because I was like, oh my God, are we going to be going live? Am I going to make mistakes? Am I going to stumble? And I'm like, I may do all of this.
And that's why I gave you that comfortable chair behind you.
Yeah, exactly. I may do all of this, and that's okay, because that's what I want people to see. But if I let those thoughts take over me and didn't show up, then that's failure. I succeeded because I'm here. I'm successful.
I like that. You should cut that up for yourself. I like that. That was beautiful. That was very well said. I like the way you're not shying away from the present.
Yes.
All right. So, what's your initial goal for this wonderful brand of yours?
So the initial goal is to, of course, I want to be a household name. I'm going to be a household name.
Thank you for speaking that to
Yes, I'm going to be a household name, and I'm also looking to do a nonprofit organization where I'm starting to go out into schools and teaching young women the importance of having self-confidence in themselves and the difference between self-confidence and like an egotistical type of confidence that I think a lot of women have and don't know the difference. So that's
so explain the difference for us.
So for me, it's more of the outer. Like when I'm looking on Instagram, when I'm looking out there in the world, I see more of outer beauty than inner beauty. So meaning, it can be okay, I have this name brand on, or I have this makeup on, or I have the hair all the way down to my, and nothing, don't get me wrong, y'all, nothing is wrong with that. But it's a way, it's not showing confidence sometimes when you're doing it that way. It's women going out getting the fake butts and the fake titties or whatever they're doing to make themselves feel confident when that's really tearing you down.
Which I don't approve of because, like I expressed to someone the other day, why would you want something that's man-made? Mm-hmm. We're all supposed to be followers of God, whether you follow Islam, whatever. Mm-hmm. We're all followers of God. So why would you want something that man created? Why would you want to pump something in you that's poison? Yeah. And it's been proven that this is poison. Mm-hmm. So I want hopefully if I'm gonna go back to her, hopefully I hope by you listening to her, you're understanding that you are beautiful as a woman. Us men, we love you for who you are and what you are, whatever you are. You know, whatever background you are, we love it.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. I don't, as far as like us men, I don't get where it went wrong at, because us as men, we never. I don't think a man says, "Oh, I want a woman to wear makeup."
Yeah.
Like that's not a deal breaker for us. That's not like something like we need for y'all to have.
Mm-hmm.
Like we really like. I like natural women. Like I like a woman that can walk up to me and I can say how you doing. She can hold the conversation and not hit me with a sup or you know, okay and stuff like that, and can't pronounce her words. That's the biggest turn off for me.
Yeah.
But back to you. How was your success measured in business? Like how do you measure it?
So it goes back.
Is it by sales? Is it by how many people you reach? Because you said you want to go to schools and stuff. So you said you make a pretty penny. So how is that success measured?
So my success is measured again by, and don't get me wrong, I love the money and things like that. My success is definitely, like, I measure my success by how many brave things that I do every single day. It takes, like for me, having low self-esteem is because I was at the bottom. For me to be like that, and then for me to sit here and talking to you and on live and things like that's huge for me. So that's how I measure my success as of right now. I know that if I keep on doing this and doing the things that I like and making me happy and things like that, I know the money's going to come. It's just a matter of time. But this right here, and I don't want to sound like really corny or cliche, but I'm like speaking real. This is success to me. This is successful. Like I never thought that I would be doing anything like this.
It's successful to me too. I'm sitting here. I'm interviewing a star.
Yeah.
You're gonna be on billboards one day.
I know that's right.
No, we're gonna speak that to existence.
Yes.
I want to see Mirror Mirror right on top of the billboard.
You are, and it's funny you said that because I drive down Roosevelt Boulevard every single day. And I look at Walmart, and I look at iHouse, and I look at Home Depot, and I'm always envisioning my son as one of the, I'm like, I'm going to have me a store one day. I am. I'm having me a store, and it's also a warehouse. I know I am. It's just a matter of time.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. Like I know, my goal, one of my goals are to be, I want to someday be a global talk show host. Like I'm actually a comedian on the side. I do stand-up comedy on the side. So I actually want to be a global talk show host, like maybe like a Montel, Steve Harvey.
Nice.
And I want to be global. That's why on my show, I do everybody. I don't just do blacks. Cause you see, I don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't just do blacks. I do everyone because I want to be known as a global phenomenon.
Exactly.
I don't want to be just confined to the black community.
Yeah.
So if you call me a coon for that, I don't.
No.
You know?
No, that's your dream. You can do whatever you want to do. It's yours. Your dream. Yeah.
I got some notes for you. I know that you had that wonderful phone case, which you didn't bring me one, by the way.
Okay.
But it's cool.
Yeah.
What other products do you promote for Mirror Mirror? I know this is Mirrors, but what? I notice I look at you. I'm always on Instagram. I'm an avid follower of yours.
Thank you.
I notice you do a lot. You do jackets and stuff like that.
Jackets,
so what else do you do? Like, give me a list of things that you do.
So I do my mirrors. I do the handheld mirrors as well as the 11x14s. I do full length mirrors. I also do picture frames. I do phone cases. I just started my phone cases, and I do parties.
You do parties?
Yes, yeah. So I do parties for adults as well as children.
Now we're talking about adults. Hold on. What kind of that adult? Like,
adult, not like
adult.
Not like dancing parties.
That's what I think about.
Yes,
people get buck wild.
I know, and on South Street, it's funny.
You like this with the mirror?
Because I've been on South Street at times, and they're at the Vision venue, and I was telling a young lady that I do parties, and she thought that I was doing those type of parties. I said, no, I'm talking about mirror parties.
Oh, okay.
But she thought the same thing, like, oh, you gonna come out my house and dance? I said, no. What I am gonna do is, but it was funny, it was really funny. But yeah, you get some crazy people on South Street sometimes, real crazy. So yeah, so I do parties, guys, where I come out. This is the Zool.
It's a Zool. It's a
Zool, guys. Yes,
that's gonna go in the bloopers.
Yes.
I'm gonna cut that out for the bloopers.
Yes. So So I come to your house and I walk you guys through how to create a mirror. And usually it's my affirmation mirrors, of course, and I play about 2 to 4 games. on self-esteem and what is self-esteem and.
Well, let's play a game now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say let's play a game. So walk me through.
Spotlight right here. Okay.
What do we do? Give me one. We don't got to go through a whole spill.
We don't have to go through a whole spill. Okay, so let me think. So what I would normally do is I would ask questions like, okay, what is self-esteem to you? So it would be like a room full of people. What is self-esteem to you? When I say self-esteem, what do you hear?
Confidence.
Okay. And so we go around the room. Everybody says what they hear and things like that.
So what is self-esteem to you?
So self-esteem to me is loving myself as I am right now. The good, the bad, the ugly, the not so good. That's what self-esteem to me. People always want to talk about and praise.
Now, was the not so good? Is that the abscess skin, the stretch marks? Like
Exactly.
See,
exactly.
I ain't even talk to you. This ain't pre-prep.
Yeah, exactly. That's the stretch marks. That's the jiggle. That's the gut. That's me messing up on the words. That's all that right there. Like, we want to praise everything else about us, like the good stuff, but not the stuff that we say negative, but not really negative. That makes us who we are. So I talk about that, and then once, we have a conversation about that, and that usually lasts about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how many people is there. And then from there, we'll I'll have them go in front of their full-length mirror and play a song, and we'll dance in front of the mirror, and then whatever they say that they feel uncomfortable with. Oh, okay. I thought that was my fault. Well, whatever they say that they feel that they're uncomfortable with at that time, I not make them, but I ask them to go in front of the mirror and dance it off. So we do. So that's one game that I do. Yeah.
Now, what kind of dance? Like, do you make?
I play whatever song I play.
So you play Juvenile, back that ass up?
I will play. Yes, I will. And this is adult party. I'm talking about adult party, guys. Now my children party are totally different.
Oh no, I don't. Sure, I don't really want to. I mean, I don't really go for the children.
Oh, okay.
If they watch, so be it.
All right, cool. Yeah, okay.
This is
I don't want
strictly.
people to be like, is she gonna be playing Juvenile?
No. Yeah, you play your Juvenile.
Yeah, and that's what we do. But we have fun. We really have fun. But my goal is when I go into these parties is that the women leave differently, not the same person as they walked in. Like when you leave one of my parties, you are going to be transformed and thinking different.
All right. So as I'm gonna conclude, this is really a good conversation.
Thank
so
you.
I actually do this on my show. I'm gonna do something different today. I'm gonna let you ask me a couple questions.
Okay.
So obviously, we can switch spots. You can say you sit here.
Okay.
And you can ask me a couple questions. You put me on a hot seat.
All right, cool. Let's go. Let me see. Azul.
Hey.
Shh. So.
You can look at me. That's scary.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm like new at this. All right. So, Patrick, you said that you struggled with low self-esteem too.
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
you tell us about that? A little bit about it.
You want a scenario?
Yes, I want a scenario.
Okay.
Yeah.
The light right on me too.
Yes, the light. Yeah.
Okay, so as a kid, I don't mind sharing my story.
Okay.
As a kid, my mother had a boyfriend, and he always used to. It was cool at first, he was cool at first. I think I met him when I was like, he knew me since I was a baby, so it was a close relationship. And I actually wrote a poem about this in college. So the reason why I have low self-esteem is because when he had my brothers, I have two siblings, he started treating me different. He started calling me, he's saying I'm a waste of sperm, all this other stuff, and nothing I ever did was good enough for him. You know what I'm saying? And I also, like I said early on in the show, it was a lot of incidents that led to this. Like me and my cousin was kids. All the girls used to come to him because he was light skinned. It wasn't a chocolate thing. Like they didn't care about the chocolate. And I didn't have a beard at that age.
Chocolate and now. Yeah.
Yo, we know.
Yeah. Chocolate and yeah.
We melting. So, and he's struggling. He only can stay within his white chocolate popcorn.
Got it. Yeah.
But that's like incidents where you go places and girls that play you. But now, I look at rejection as a joke. I laugh. Like if I'm talking to a woman, she play me. It's usually like a playful way. Like she's like, "Oh, I got a boyfriend, sweetheart," and then she'll touch my chin like this. Like she can go grab my. But it took me a minute to get to that point because, like I said, I was called waste of sperm.
Yeah.
I never thought women liked me because I didn't never know how to approach women and stuff like that. So all that stuff builds up a low self-esteem, and it beats you down.
Yeah.
Like you start pulling your hair out.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me have low self-esteem.
Got it.
You go ahead. You got more questions? I got it.
Yeah. So what did you do to build your self-esteem up?
Okay. Good answer. Good question.
Yeah.
So I was homeless at the age of 18. I was homeless. I was working at this company called.
Okay.
Is it going?
Yeah, it's going.
All right.
All right. Cool.
Next question. You got 3.
So, all right, let me think of one more. So tell me, look, a little bit about the background. So I see Tupac.
Okay.
I see my brother used to like Dragon Ball Z. So tell me why you chose these pictures.
Okay, so that one is the Brooklyn Bridge. I'm not from Brooklyn, but that's the closest thing. I was born in Manhattan, New York, in Lenox Hill Hospital, where Beyonce and Jay-Z had their baby at.
Okay.
That's where my grandmother delivered babies at.
Oh.
She did it for 46 years. I was delivered at the same hospital that Jay-Z had their baby at. So that's why I put it like that as a symbolism of where I'm from. Like, so New York. And Tupac has always been an inspiration to me. I always liked him better than Biggie because I felt like he said more.
Nice.
Like I felt like Biggie, like I never really was into drugs and like weed and all that other stuff. I felt like he touched that demographic. I never really seen where he was. No shit against him. He was a good rapper.
Yeah.
But I never really seen where he uplifted anyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like maybe giving money is nothing. That's fine. That's nothing. Money is an obsolete object. Okay. But Tupac actually liked the movement, like the way he went out there and he was like a revolutionary. The way him and the Black Panthers moved. And that one, I actually grew up watching that show. That's Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
I actually grew up watching that, and I'm a big fan of superheroes and stuff. Big fan of superheroes and stuff. And this one, I just put this up, because I had picked the wrong number at about Five Below. So I
don't even know what that one is. Which one?
I don't know what that is either.
Okay.
And the concrete rose, I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but you can. So the concrete rose to me symbolizes, I can't be broken. You see what I'm saying? Like, so if you put like I can't be broken, it also symbolizes love, because I look at love. The meaning of love is to protect, to give and protect, right? So that's my definition of love. The reason why I say that is because when you love someone, you give them a flower, right? You give them a flower. You peel the thorns off to protect them cutting their hand. So if I love you, I give you a flower and I protect you from whatever dangers.
Nice.
So that's why I chose that.
Oh, nice.
Because the roses signify love, and it's a concrete rose, so the love is strong.
Okay. All right. Nice. Thank you.
That's a little deep.
Yeah, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
You have more questions for me?
No, that was 3. I'm good. Yeah.
All right, you guys. Thanks again for tuning in to Pat TV. It was really nice sitting down with Miss Mirror.
Yes.
Ashanta.
Yes. Ashanta. Yes.
Ashanta. I really had fun. Tune in for next Thursday. I'll be having another guest on again. This doesn't stop. The grind never stops. Remember, Jesus is on the main line. Tell him what you want.
Yes.